Good morning, everybody. Ginger Lumen here, and I am on the resilience team at ESDAC, and we're getting ready to put on our Bridging to Resilience conference in Kansas City. And today it is my absolute distinct pleasure to be talking with James Encinas out of Colorado. James, I'm so glad you're here with us and you'll be coming to the conference. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you, Ginger. Glad to be here.
I'm so glad. So I know that Rebecca Lewis Pancratz has sung your praises. You guys got connected through ACE's connection, and she just talks about all the amazing things that you bring to the conversation nationally. And we're honored that you're willing to come with us and do a session with us. Your session, I think it's called Self-Regulation Techniques That Lead Toward Being Responsible. That's really good. That's important. And so I can't wait. I'm sure that's going to be packed. What is it that that really excites you about this topic, that brings energy around this conversation?
I think that window is opening where we're becoming less judgmental and looking at things from a punishment-based approach to healing and transformative approach. And so I was an actor, and I wanted to be Hamlet, so I memorized a lot of his soliloquies, and one is to be or not to be, that is the question. And I've come to understand that that's not the question. The question is to be with. And how are we able to be with if we're not regulated, if we're not present? And there are many people that are struggling in so many different ways. But rather than looking at it from a deficit-based perspective, like an asset-based perspective of coming together with each other in relationship and then exploring different ways to be, and maybe some of those ways that we've learned in order to survive are not serving us, and they're not serving the people around us, they're not serving our community, and that there's these other ways. So that's really what excites me, is to engage in community with people. I think the most important thing that we can do is come into relationship with each other. It's really the most powerful thing. And sometimes it doesn't even take more than that. So, but in order to do that, I think you have to have done some work. I think there's practices, tools, and skills that can help you to be more present in your life. And I'm grateful to be able to share that and to journey with people like yourselves along those lines.
So glad. When I saw the topic, I thought, this is great for people working with kids, but this is really great for people in general.
Yeah, I posted a video yesterday on Facebook that happened 5 months ago in a school in Florida, Orlando. A little girl was arrested and put in handcuffs. She was 6 years old, and she was her grandmother stated that she was struggling with apnea, which is sleep deprivation. So she was struggling, and the people just not being able to be present to that struggle and not having the tools, I created more trauma for this little child. And I think we're doing a lot of that, which again, it's not about blaming or faulting people, but more like being curious. I found that the word curiosity 200 years ago, it became about knowing, like needing, knowing things. But really, curiosity, the actual etymology of the word is to be very, very careful, to be very, very caring. And I think we can do that. I think through a desire to get closer to ourselves and understand ourselves better, a curiosity about those around us. And how we need each other can lead to that loving community that I think you guys are creating so well.
We're sure hoping to. Thank you so much with that. So what is it that you hope that when people walk away from your session, they're going to be able to know, understand, and do?
So it's not a didactic session. It's not me talking and preaching. It's really about experiential skills. So my hope is that people pick up some tools, some insights, that we actually maybe learn something from each other that we weren't aware of before. You know, I've done a lot of work. I work with the homeless here in Colorado, and what I've learned is that one of the greatest things that they're suffering from is sleep deprivation. And so they're constantly on survival mode. And so for me to come in there and teach them something versus just giving them that ability to rest, right, and to sleep, which will self-regulate them, just that awareness in terms of what you're asking me about, what I want them to walk away with. The biggest thing is just this understanding that the more aware we are, the more conscious we are, changes the way we engage in the world.
James, that is beautiful. I cannot wait. I know this session is going to be packed, and I'm going to, honestly, when we get finished here, I'm going to go over to the schedule and mark that on my calendar. If you guys want to do that, it's over at resilience.esdac.org. You can learn more about the conference. You can learn more about James's session, and learn more about how to get there in Kansas City. It's April 20th in the evening, the 21st and 22nd, and we hope to see you there. James, thank you so much for being with me today.
Ginger, it was a pleasure. Thank you.